welcome to the London Law Expo 2014. This is Europe's largest event for law firm management. I'm delighted to welcome you and so many sponsors and speakers here today. Please welcome for our first presentation, Baroness Deach, to talk about the legal profession.
Thank you, Professor Mason, and thank you, Netlaw Media, for inviting me to speak at this important event. Looking around this room, it's hard to believe that anyone is foreseeing the death or even a diminution of the legal profession. As a member of the House of Lords, I fought vociferously against the cuts in legal aid. Such a small sum in comparison with what is wasted by government every day.
What we would advocate is you go for the ideal and let the business do the compromises. And what we don't see from is people fighting hard for what they believe they need. So we've been in there in the IT departments and said, what's your brand? What's your brand? Well, everyone's got a brand. What do you want your brand to be like?
Many other industries focus on touch points, giving legendary experience. The customers tend to stay, and a staying customer costs at least 6 times less than acquiring a new customer. And typically, a customer who stays is happy, and a happy customer tends to be a spending customer.
Enough from me, it's the man himself we want to hear from, so please welcome James Caan.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real pleasure to be back here again 2 years later. I then invested in a business called Knights, and this for me was probably one of the most exciting experiences because I happened to read in the newspapers the government had changed legislation that for the first time allowed a non-lawyer to actually own or invest in a law firm. And being the entrepreneur that I am, I thought actually that would be really fun, to be the first person to enter a market that nobody else has done. And pretty much every single decision we made came with massive resistance. But I think the overriding issue was there was a genuine feeling in the organisation that we needed to move forward. The market was changing, the landscape was becoming more competitive, and if we were going to be out there attracting talent, we were never going to do that living in the dark ages. So yes, I think clearly quite an attractive, quite a successful journey, but I don't think it's one of those things that I can simply say that you can do A, B, C, and D and it will work, because you need to understand the challenges of executing in some of those ideas. Everybody in your organisation, everybody who I think is a hiring manager, needs to be able to eloquently communicate what is the vision of the organisation. If it is the most critical thing that you do, if it is the most important thing in your business, why do you only give 10% of your time to it? So here am I, all the things that I do and all the things that I'm involved in, I spend 40% of my time to this day in talent attraction. Every day in my diary, you will see, every single day, I have an appointment where I'm meeting somebody. Because I understand if I don't do that, the engine stops working. If you met somebody tomorrow who was billing $400,000 a year in your particular market segment, do you have a vacancy? Would you hire him? Yes, you would. So the chances are that you're never going to meet the 400 grand or the 600 grand for them because you're not looking for him. So I've just kind of reversed the process backwards and said, and literally, I came up with that theory 30 years ago when I started my recruitment business and thought, if somebody walked through the door who was spending £250,000 a year, would I hire him? The answer was yes. And I thought, well, why am I not out looking for him? And since that day, I've been looking for that person. And I believe in the next 25 years, I'll still be looking for the same person. So I think the world is becoming more specialised now. So the concept of specialisation is what I think genuinely attracts people. So if I'm using a law firm, I kind of want to know, what do you stand for in the area that I have an issue with? whether that's employment or property or marriage or divorce or whatever it is. So I think the concept of sub-branding, I think, is a USP which can be operated with smaller businesses. And in my eyes, a client who doesn't pay is not very important to me. It doesn't really matter who they are, actually. It could be IBM, it could be BT. It really is totally and utterly irrelevant to me. Simply because I'm not a bank. I'm not there to provide capital, working capital to my clients. This market is definitely transforming, it's changing. There's a lot going on in this space. The key, I suppose, message I can share with you, I don't think it's complete yet. Nobody's quite built what I think is a scalable model. A lot of ideas, a lot of people having a go. I think the principle is they're trying to commoditize the business. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed.